Okay, so I had my husband to go inside with me too because he had some concerns about the procedure, and he didn't know a lot about it. I knew enough about it to know that I wanted it. I've got several family members who have had it done. Um, the only thing he had ever heard about it was the complications and the risks, and but he was thinking more along the lines that, no matter what weight loss surgery you had, they all came with the risks that the bypass has. And so that cleared up a lot of stuff for him. Dr. Rossi was able to put his mind at ease very quickly, which is great, and I appreciated that. So I had my first, that was the seminar. I had my first appointment with Dr. Rossi on February the 5th. And here comes a reason why I was anxious, I guess, to get this channel started, was throwing my numbers out there. I was like, oh my God, is that something I'm going to be able to do? And then I realized, I was like, well, you're making videos, a channel about weight loss surgery. Like, girl, they know you need to lose weight, so just, everybody else says it, so I'm just going to say it. Like I said, again, I'm 5'4". And on that day, February 5th, I weighed in at 248 pounds. That was my highest weight ever that day. A month later, I had my first appointment with the nutritionist on March the 4th, and I gained 9 pounds, so I went up to 257. I was having trouble with water retention, and I was well aware that I was, and I had already, seen had an appointment the week after to see my primary care physician, and she did end up putting me on a fluid pill for that, which seems to be helping now. It's another one of those things that, like, she started me on a low dose because she knows I'm really sensitive to medication. She's been my doctor for a very long time, and she's actually a family friend of the family, her and her husband both. So she knows, me on every level. So she put me on that the following week. The nutritionist could even tell that I was like puffy, swollen that day. She had actually asked to, I had on some capri leggings, I think it was, and some sandals, and she looked at my ankles and she asked me to prop one up on another chair beside of me, and she was like pressing around, and she's like, sweetie. I was like, yeah, I have an appointment next week, like, it's all good. So it was that visible even to everybody else, and like, I'm sitting here with my legs propped up today because they're swollen. So but it's just a process, trying to ease into this medication. I'm real funny about medications anyway, so it's fine. I'm getting all my water in, tracking that. So back to that was March the 4th. March 23rd, I went for my first psych appointment. And I don't have another date written down, but by the time it came back around to my next appointment to be weighed in, I had lost 10 pounds, so I was down to 247, which is great. And what I did was I kind of wanted a comparison between my scales and theirs, and I think they're only about 3 pounds, I think it was, off. I have it written down somewhere else. So yeah, I had my last appointment with Dr. Rossi. Y'all, I can't read my own writing. I'm thinking it was April the 6th-ish. Yeah. It was April the 6th, which has been very recent. Since then, and since I know that our scales are, the comparison of our scales, my weight went even a little higher, but I'm like resting, or not resting, but teetering between like one, or not one, that will happen, 245 and 249. I've already had my EKG, my blood work, my upper GI, which confirmed what I already knew. I have the hernia and GERDs, and I know that the sleeve can a lot of times make the GERDs worse, and it was a concern of mine. I asked him about it, and he seems to think that repairing the hernia and just losing weight in general will improve things for me. So I'm hoping that is the case. That was the case for one of my family members, so fingers crossed on that. They also have a exercise physiologist on site there in their building. I met with him twice. He was very thorough in answering a few questions that I had. My main concern was, and still is, like I said, I enjoy lifting weights and working out, but my concern was getting enough calories to be able to do that. And he said, you know what, I guess I already knew, and I just wanted to like confirm it. Just get the right amount of calories in, and just pace myself, basically. So that's my plan. Neighbors. Okay, so I think that's all I needed to touch on for now. I stopped the alcohol, by the way. And I mentioned that at my doctor's appointment, and my doctor he crossed his legs and like, tell me more. And he's like, why did you feel the need to quit completely? I don't know if they were wanting me to say, well, I think I might have a problem. But it's not that I think I have a problem. I'm not going to say that I do or don't. I just know that I've quit. And the main reason was because of the issue that I'm having with the fluid retention. I thought that might have been causing it. But I've not had any alcohol since February 16th. Nothing has changed with the fluid retention, so I'm not sure how big of a role that was actually playing. I cut back on my sugars, which I'm not, a big fan of eating sweets anyway. Now, I will drink the hell out of some sweets. I love me some sweet tea. I have a little bit of lemonade with some sugar. Love me some Starbucks, energy drinks. And that was another reason why, the alcohol was kind of a two-way thing with the fluid retention and the sugar, because the crazy part, about me saying I don't eat sweets is the sweets drinking, that also applied to the alcohol consumption. The things that I would mix it with were always sweet mixers, so that was like two birds with one stone, for me. And then I also stopped drinking soda, so even after stopping the soda, because I also love me some Dr. Pepper, y'all. The fluid retention still hadn't improved. So I'm thinking it's probably just something that just losing weight is just going to help, because there's no underlying conditions that's causing it. I've changed my stuff up, I think it's just the extra weight and the strain on just my body overall. I have problems with circulation in my legs now. My feet give me problems. My joints ache. I don't have the energy that I used to have. I am now pre-diabetic. Well, I've been labeled pre-diabetic for a long time, but it's like I'm closer to that mark by just like point something. According to my A1C that my doctor done the blood work on, And the way I understand it is that my insurance is more than likely going to look at this as a preventative thing with this surgery, the way somebody put it to me. Culture. Family being fed. I'll say it every time. Okay, so, and I always say that because a lot of people here complain about the trucks, the noise, the potholes on the road, and the way I see it is just watch where you're going and be thankful that a kid is being fed that money that truck is making. Now, that's just me. As you probably guessed, my husband is a coal miner, so it's kind of close and near and dear to my heart. Okay, so anyway, I am like a preventative case, I guess is the way that it was said to me. Like, they look at it as, go ahead and do this surgery now, but it'll save them some money in the future. And I think that will be the case too. So I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, Highmark. It's a really good plan. My doctor said he took one look at, my plan. I guess there's different ones that's not Highmark, and he immediately was like, he said, "Oh, you have amazing insurance. Like, this is not going to be a problem at all. We've got this." And my insurance actually does not require the 6-month diet courses that a lot do. My plan actually doesn't require any at all, but my doctor does. They are a center of excellence, so that's kind of like their protocol and their guidelines. So it's the 3 months that I had to do, which, I'm going to say it probably would have took about that long just to get in for all the appointments that I had to do anyway. So, and it went by really fast. So on April the 6th, when he came in, my last appointment, he came in the room, he said, "I've got some good news and some bad news. Which do you want first?" And I was like, "You know what, it doesn't matter. Just lay it on me." And he's like, "Good news is you're done. Bad news is I don't know when we're going to be able to schedule you," which I already knew because, due to the coronavirus and all that. So, it's fine. It's understandable. So, yeah, now we're just waiting. And hopefully things will be opening back up soon, and all this will get better. And at least some normalcy will return to life every day as we know it. I work from home already anyway. I think I forgot to mention that when I said I'm a wife, a mom, and a nana. I also work from home. I have my own business. Actually run 2 businesses from home. So yeah, I stay really busy anyway, and that's fine. But used to, I wouldn't let my body rest, and I've learned that when I know and I feel my body needs rest, just to give it rest. So, and I think that's a good thing that I already learned that, because I know I will need to listen to my body more so after this surgery than ever before. Not just for the healing process, but just for the rest of my life, really. So I'm glad I learned that already. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, food funerals. Somebody said that to me, and I was like, "What? What do you mean?" Because, it's actually one of my family members that had the procedure done. And she said, "Are you going to have any food funerals?" And I was like, "You mean say farewell to something that I'm never going to eat again?" And she was like, "Well, duh." Because in my mind, I was like, I'm not going to tell myself that there's a food that I will never be able to enjoy again, just in moderation. Because I'm that person that as soon as I say, "Oh, I'm never going to eat that again," it'll be the very thing that I want. I will have dreams about this shit, no doubt, So that was my approach on the thing. But then, of course, I talked to more people, watched more videos on here, and realized that there may be some foods that I'm just unable to tolerate afterwards. I didn't think of that, you know. And so it got me wondering, and I was like, I don't think that there's really, any foods that I would feel the need to have a ceremony for, I guess. Um, Still haven't thought of any. Uh, I'm just not like that about food, y'all. Um, Now, some sweet tea, yeah, I'm, I may have a little service for that. Because, oh God, I love sweet tea. See, now my mouth, I can feel it like drooling. Like, you know how you drool back in here? Just instantly happened at the name of it. But as far as food goes, I can't think of any. So I'm just interested or curious if you guys had any food funerals. What were the foods that you said goodbye to prior to surgery, and if your surgery has been rescheduled and you're kind of in limbo like me, or you're waiting for your approval and don't know when that's going to come like me, are you using this time to say farewell to even more foods? Or are you using this time to kind of go ahead and make some of the necessary changes that you're going to be having to make once you have surgery? I'm curious about that. Um, I've already started making some changes. Like I said, with the soda, the alcohol, I quit smoking. Um, I'm clocking my water intake, or tracking my water intake. So, but that don't mean that I'm like, you know, against the idea. I just can't. Oh, I do know something, but what it requires traveling, which is something I can't do right now due to COVID-19. If there was one food that I would have a food funeral for, I would say it would be some Eastern Carolina style barbecue. I would seriously pack a bag, go to Raleigh, and visit the pit and have some barbecue, vinegar-based barbecue. The best, guys. Oh my God. You would think that a person could get foundered on a food eating it so often, the way that I ate it when I lived there, but no. And actually, when I moved back to West Virginia from North Carolina, I almost grieved the barbecue. I grieved for it. So yeah, I guess that would be the one thing, but that's kind of out of reach. Anyway, I guess I can make some. I've made it at home before, but it's just not the same. Um, Smithfield's is good too, but if you can get to the pit when all this is over in Raleigh, oh God, I highly suggest you do. Um, Check out their menu online in the meantime. Oh my God. So yeah, I guess that would be the one thing. I really can't think of anything else. And now I see these videos where people are using Starbucks coffee to make their their protein drinks. And I was like, oh shit, I need in on that. So I'm not giving up Starbucks, y'all. I've never drank decaf coffee in my life. And I'm an avid coffee drinker and lover, so I don't know how that's going to go. But I am going to try it. I'm going to try whatever I need to try to succeed at this. And I'm going to give up whatever I have to give up. Because now it's not just a matter of, oh, I want to look better. It's to the point now to where it's a health concern for me. So I will make whatever changes need to be made and whatever's necessary. I'm not going to put all this work in, and I mean, I know a lot of people, don't have insurance and pay out of pocket, but I still, have paid my premiums, and sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Paying all my co-pays, the gas money. We are almost 2 hours away from my doctor's office, so the gas money, the time, and then of course, we have to eat lunch when we go that, go over there. So we do have some money invested, and so I'm not going to, just in general, money aside, I'm not going to put my body and my mind and my husband's mind and sanity through, a surgery and not do my part, not do what I need to do to make it as successful as I know it will be. Um, and I've never looked at this or thought of this as the easy way out. I've seen my family members actually work harder and at losing weight and getting healthy after surgery. Um, so yeah, people who say that obviously have not took the time to educate themselves on it. Like going on a liquid diet is not easy. Um, Fixing dinner for your family, knowing damn well your ass can't eat it, is definitely not easy. I've done it when I was doing the intermittent fasting. Um, so I'm not, I am familiar with how it's going to be, but it's not easy. Um, Social events are going to change. Like, that's not easy. And it bugs me when I hear people say that, you took the easy way out. No, man, it's work. You still have to put in the work. This is just a tool. But it's still up to us to make it work or to not. So, but, and that, I think that is probably the only reason why I've not, been real vocal or shared a lot with a lot of people that I'm having the surgery. Just because I don't want to hear that said to me. Because, I'm a nice person, don't get me wrong, I really am. And everybody that personally knows me would tell you I have a huge heart. I've got a heart for people. But at the same time, I'm quick to tell you what it is. And so I'm just like, I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have a conversation. I am a grown-ass woman. I'm making this decision for myself, for my health, and that's that. Like, it's, but I really don't care who knows. It's not like I'm trying to keep it private. I mean, well, obviously here I am on YouTube. I've just not had the conversation a lot. Well, especially with everything that's going on now, I'm just not around a lot of people. Anyway, so, it is what it is. I really don't care who knows, like I said, but it's my business. I'm grown. They are not paying my co-pays and my, doctor visits, if I would let my health get even more out of control. So what do I care what they think? So yeah, I guess that's it for today. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you continue to go on this journey with me, and I'll update as I have something to update, I guess. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, subscribe. Bye.